Hello, my name is Jenna, and I'm going to be showing you how to run a query in Microsoft Access. That's something that can be used to find specific information in your database that can be useful. For example, if you're in a library and you're looking for books by the same author as a specific author that you like, or that was published in the same year by the same publisher, the same genre, etc. You can use um, the query function in Microsoft Access to find this specific information. It can be especially useful if you have multiple tables in your database. Instead of having to look through all those tables, you can just perform a query and find the information that you're looking for. I have here a sample library, so just a few books here. And I'm going to start by clicking Create, then Query Design. If you have multiple tables, you can add them both on here, but since I just have the one table, which is called Books here, I'm just going to, it's already highlighted, click Add. If you had other tables, you would click them and add them, but I'm just going to click Close. The first thing you do is, I'm going to look for an author in this example, so I click Author in the drop-down menu where it says Field. The table is Books, obviously. If you had multiple tables, you would click whatever table you were looking at. For sorting, you can do it by ascending, descending, or not sorted at all. I'm just going to click ascending right now. You want to make sure that the show box is clicked, or else you'll get an error message that at least one field needs to show up. For criteria, we're going to type in, I'm going to search for Janet Evanovich. And you want to make sure to put quotation marks around the name, because if you don't, you'll get an error message that says that there's a comma in there and it's confused on whether or not you want that to be a text string or two separate items. So if you put the quotes around it, you will avoid that mess. Now you can look for multiple things at once. Say I also wanted to find the publisher. I would click on the second column here and include the publisher, again from the table Books, and it doesn't really matter for this second one, but we will type in St. Martin's Press because that is the publisher that Janet Ivanovich goes through. I know this, but if you didn't, you could just really type in any publisher that you wanted to look for in here. And if Janet Ivanovich did not have any from a different press, it would not come up with anything in the query because they don't go together. There's no information that matches both of those fields. Now I also want to include the names of the books because I'm searching for other books that she has written. So I'm going to click title, but I don't know what the names of the books are. So I don't have anything to put in the criteria. If you leave it blank, it will just come up with anything that fits the other two criterion and the other two criteria. So basically I just want to look at all of the different fields that are of importance. If I were an actual library, I would have a location spot of where the book was, so I would click on the location so that I could help find the book once I found the title, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to leave it with the author and publisher here that we know specifically, and the title, which we're leaving blank. And then I'm going to go up and click run once I have all the information that I'm looking for. And see here it comes up with all of the books that are by Janet Evanovich and St. Martin's Press as the publisher. It comes up with 3 in this example. So then I would have the location next to it if this were a real library, and I would be able to say, well, I'd like to check out the Svingerlick in 15, so I would go to whatever location it said and be able to find my book. So that's a lot easier than having to scan through the whole, this whole list of books. So that is how you run a query.